Hey guys, back again, Joe Blue. I'm gonna do a final follow-up video on the Game Merchant. This will be the final video. There won't be anything more than this, I believe. I've changed my opinion on the Game Merchant. I no longer think that he turns on cheats to cheat the cheaters. He's just a cheater. He's just a straight up cheater. We're going to go up with some of his other gameplay footage, and you need to listen to all the way to the end. Don't just like see one piece of evidence that I'll show and just go straight to the comments and go, that's just a standard flick. I've got another video of his at the end that I'm going to show, and this is a cumulative case. I think the last piece of evidence, I think, is the nail in the coffin for the gaming merchant, and we're going to go through a few different videos, some of which are from other people who have also accused the gaming merchant of cheating. I went and did a little bit of research, and that other people had also accused him of cheating. So there's a couple of videos that they marked. I picked out some other examples within those videos, and then a couple of other videos that I've picked. I've not cherry picked any of these. One video is from his most recent set of ranked plays in Apex Legends, so I just picked the first video. I didn't cherry pick multiple. I just went through his video list and I picked the one that looked like it was actually gameplay footage rather than him giving a tutorial on a meta build or something like that. We're going to get into this first video here in which he goes against another cheater, Speedhack Aimbotter versus the Game Merchant, who will win. We'll have a look at some of this gameplay footage. How are you able? I mean, that's pretty sus. It's a little bit sus, the fact that he can track pretty accurately when they're so far away, right? Right. I mean, he's tracking the body, he's moving with the body. You might say, oh, but the aim's going everywhere. It's like he's shooting here and there, but that doesn't mean anything. You got to understand, like, missing can be part of the aimbot's program to do that. The actual locking on, it's still following the target very precisely, even though it's in the distance and it's very subtle, microscopic movements, like it's trailing and following the target. Like ever so slightly, these slight little micro adjustments to follow the target. I think, very difficult for a human player to make at such distance to make these microscopic little adjustments to where the player is when it moves in real time. I don't think a human player would be able to see it happen, let alone react to it in that kind of precise microscopic way. I mean, a really good player, maybe, maybe. I mean, I'd argue that's a snap, right there. He's snapping to the target behind the crate right here. I'd argue that's a snap. Right there. You see how it stopped? See how he was pulling it across, but it sort of like stopped for a second, carried on moving. That point where it stopped, I think, is where he snapped to the target behind the box. Brings it across, stops. It briefly stops in position, and then he carries on moving. And that sudden abrupt stop, where it doesn't look natural, it looks artificial, it looks robotic, the way it just stops like that. That's the snap. He snapped to the player behind the box. Right, he just snapped to the person behind the box. That's what that is. We'll watch it in slow motion. Is that also a snap behind the box? That right there, I think, is the snap, right? That's the snap to the player behind the box. Right there. That's the snap. Yeah, I think that's where he is. He's behind the box right there. When he comes out. And that's a snap again there. He's just done another aim snap. Right there. He's snapping to the target. The target's over there. That's aimbot. He sees the move to the right, and he snaps to exactly where they are. They just went behind that bit there. It snaps to their location. He snaps again, and then quickly pulls his fucking aim across to obfuscate the snap. So aim snap, snaps again, and then he does a fake flick to the left to obfuscate the two snaps that he just did that were aimbot. The third one was fake, just a flick that he did himself to obfuscate the aimbot, right? If he just flicks to a location where there's nobody there, clearly, then it would mask the fact that he just snapped to the player's motions, boom, 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 twice, does a third flick to obfuscate it, and then flicks back to where the predicted path of where the enemy will come from. Aim snap, aim snap. And he sees them in the like peripheries or whatever here, running across here. Right, sees them running there. Aimbot snap. That's an aimbot snap. Snaps again. That's a fake snap to mislead people, and then comes back to the snaps back to the where the target is, and then waits to pre-fire. So aimbot snap 1, aimbot snap 2. Then he does a fake one. This is a fake. This is just a flick he's doing, and then pulls it back. Another aim snap to the target where he currently is, and then he waits for the pre-fire, knowing that he's coming this way. And I'd argue that he's using his aimbot to track where the player is. I mean, that's really good tracking, mate. I'm telling you, man. Like, you think that that's not really easy. I know there'll be a bunch of cheaters, and it is easy to stay in the pocket of the player, even though they're abruptly moving around. That's very difficult to do without over aiming or under aiming, without correcting your aim drastically. Almost no aim correction there at all. That's the difference between a human player and an aimbot, is that a human player has to keep correcting his aim to keep up with the target, whereas an aimbot just follows the target. That's aimbot right there. He's deliberately waving his crosshair around to obfuscate the aim snap, which is similar to what he did earlier. He's trying to hide his aimbot, but he's clearly snapping directly to the target. We'll slow it down. So he snaps to the target, then starts waving his fucking aim around for like no apparent reason, goes back straight to the target. No one aims like that. No one goes into an aim and then goes left and right as they're ADSing into the target. No one does that. Like, did his cat jump up on his mouse while he was, just as he was ADSing? Did he spill a drink? Did something in the real world happen to like nudge his aim? No. I'm pretty sure what he's doing here is he's snapping to the target, but he's moving his mouse around and then re-snapping to the target again to obfuscate the aimbot that he's using. Oh, but he didn't track him. He didn't follow him there. Might just be using it to lock on. This guy's a closet cheater. He's toggling his aimbot on and off. He's trying to hide it. If he tracks people, it's going to be obvious. So he's trying his best to hide his cheating. But there's still the telltale signs of him trying to hide it, is what I'm trying to point out.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's amazing how he's able to track that target with all the stuff flashing in front of his face. He says perfectly locked to the target, tracking him, even though you can barely even see what's happening. I'm not saying it's impossible, I'm just saying it's unlikely, innit?
There she is. She's coming. Watch out.
I think this one's quite obvious aimbot right here.
There she is.
He pings there where they last were and snaps again into the wall. I think that's aim snap right there, right?
There she is.
Pings it, snaps to them behind the wall, snaps again behind the wall,
Watch out.
and then then goes up the stairs. There must be a stairwell or something at the back here, and then moving up to there, then round there, warning that they're coming. But I'm arguing he snaps to the target, snaps again with the aimbot through the target, and then snaps again where they are with the aimbot again, and then they run up the stairs.
Watch out.
They must be climbing the back of the wall somewhere. Right. Pings where they are. Snaps to the target with the aimbot. You see that? Did you see the little micro adjustment? I didn't notice that before, but did you see how it dropped slightly to the left? And that's where he let go of the aimbot, and it sort of went back to a natural position, and you just saw it almost like the dot skipped on the screen. Watch it. So he aim snaps, he lets go of the button for his aimbot, and then it slightly jitters. Right there. The slight micro adjustment to just the very left, I think that's him letting go of the aimbot. Because to make such a subtle micro adjustment like that seems very unnatural. And snaps back again, a little micro adjustment back to where they were, and then he snaps again to where they are there, and then he jumps up the wall or whatever. Snap. Snapped again. I think that's a third snap. think he actually snaps twice on that same location. Alright, so he snaps, lets go of the aimbot, re-snaps, snaps again to where they move, and then they climb up the wall top there. I mean, that's a pretty good snap right there. Snap straight to like their ankle or kneecap or something like that. Like their foot, snap straight to the foot, then to like a kneecap or whatever. Still within the player model, never leaves the player model. Oh, a little bit of a jerk there. So it snaps. Stays within the player model until that bit where it jerks right all of a sudden. Look, doesn't even look like natural jerk. There's no reason to go right. It seems. I'm wondering if there's someone behind a box, maybe. Okay, and then let's look at this next video. Fuses exploded into rank meta. He might be here to stay in here, but as it's 2 years ago. Again, this is not a video I've picked. This is a pick that somebody else who accused him of hacking has brought up. I'm going to check through the whole video for additional pieces.
A double?
Again, it looks like aimbot to me, man. Almost no doubt about that. This isn't even the part that the person suspected of cheating. This is just me watching it. Like it looks like aim snap. Like again, just like in the finals, there's this like left to left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right pattern that his aimbot does. But he missed a shot. He can't be cheating. He missed. Again, this wavy left, right, left, right. I mean, I can keep my aim straighter than that, so I don't understand why this guy who is highly ranked, highly rated, can't keep his aim straight. Just like in the finals, it's sort of moving left and right, all around, all around. It's like, can't you keep your aim straight, mate? I mean, again, it just locks straight onto the player. No, he never over aims, never under aims, just bang straight on the player.
He's low, he's low, he's low.
Again, it's like he doesn't have to aim.
He's low, he's low,
Just
he's
lock
low.
straight to target, like bang.
He's low, he's low, he's low.
Again, he just snaps to these players. He never over aims, never under aims. Straight
He's low,
snaps to
he's low,
people all
he's
the
low.
time.
Got him. That's 2 kills so far. Down here, maybe. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to hide it again.
Down here, maybe. Oh.
It's like he goes into ADS, he aimbots, he stops the aimbot early, ADS is to that point, sort of holds there for a while, and then activates the aimbot. You see how it glides towards the target? He just puts the aimbot in there, the little adjustment. These aren't easy adjustments to make in the heat of the battle. Up right diagonal, down left diagonal, like moving into specific pockets of your screen. Those are kinds of things that you have embedded in muscle memory. But microscopic adjustments, little tiny adjustments on the fly, these are things that do not sit in muscle memory easily to make little micro adjustments with perfect accuracy. How it just sucks to the target. Like it's aimbot, man. He's using an aimbot.
Not here. Oh, dude, nice.
Yeah, and lock straight to player, man. This guy, I mean,
Looking at
you
here.
can barely even see it.
Looking at here. Oh,
I mean, sure,
dude, nice.
compression algorithm. Look at that. He locks straight to it. Straight to the player. No over aim, no under aim.
What we're looking at here. Oh, dude, nice.
Straight to target, snap, bang. Like, you know what I'm saying? He never over aims, he never under aims. And when he does, it looks fake. Again, here I'd argue what he's doing here is that he aimbots, natural aim and shooting, natural aim and shooting, aimbot, natural and then aimbots again. I think he's toggling it on and off throughout that, and then he just aimbots fully there. I think he's toggling aimbot on and off here. Either that or it's just the percentage chance of the aimbot to miss itself. But I think there might be a bit of toggling on and off there to make it seem more legit. And then right there, straight up lock on, mate. Ruthless, relentless lock on, mate. Relentless lock on. No time to aim. Like, he's not on them. Again, like I say, the micro adjustments, hardest ones to do well.
Are you dead, boy? Are you dead, boy?
I mean, he gets the shot even though they've moved out of the way. That's how fast his aimbot is. And he gets that shot, man. Looks sus, man. Well, people, oh, it's easy to do. It's easy. Whether it's easy or not doesn't change the fact that it still looks a bit sus.
1 second. No.
Look at that. Bang on target. How? No way, bro. It's aimbot, man. It's aimbot, man. You know what I mean? Come on. Like, his shields is in the middle of shielding up. He knows that there's a player there. Look how small they are in the distance. Look where his crosshair is. Bang. Snap. Straight to target, man. And then snaps to another target, man. This guy's insane.
1 second. No.
Look at that. Bang. And he's straight on the target. Straight on the target. That's the crosshair, right?
Wait.
Am I going mad?
Let's see. Dude, I haven't healed this whole time. 1 second. No. Yeah. They know we're here. Let's see. Dude, I haven't healed this whole time. 1 second. They know we're here. Yeah. The people, not gonna lie.
That tracking. I mean, it looks like lock on. He's locked to the target, man. He's so locked on, it's just following it around. Like, so perfectly. Yeah, but he's missing. Like, you got to understand, they programmed the aimbots to miss. To look legit. Otherwise it would be obvious, innit? But these are the telltale signs that he's using aimbot. Again, he never over aims, never under aims. Bang! Target. I mean, look at that. It's like... His aiming pattern, it looks the same every time. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, human aim doesn't look, like, identical. Like, every time this guy opens fire to somebody close range, the pattern that he goes left and right at is almost identical every time. He tracks with almost the same reaction speed every single time. It's artificial, man. It looks fake. Like, his pattern, his reaction, the way he tracks the player when they move is the same every time. He never makes a mistake, ever. Human players sometimes will not predict which way they'll go. Human players sometimes have to make more drastic recorrections because sometimes people try and predict where they're going to move to. There's no prediction of which direction they're going to move to. He's just tracking with the same reaction speed every single time, like a robot. Like, open your eyes. Come on, guys. What do you reckon the odds are that he'd get the shot, the end of the drum rhythm? What do you think the odds are? Do you reckon he might have triggered the aimbot to coincide with the end of the drum rhythm? Think maybe? He's toggling the aimbot on and off to make it look legit. He knows that if he puts his aimbot on at that range and gets a lot of shots, people are going to go, he's cheating. Even though he's just gone with the drum rhythm and gone bang at the end, he's still like flaunting it in your face that he's using an aimbot. But you're going, oh no, but he's just, look, this is the part that the person who I got the clip from said was suspicious. So this is the suspect part.
Got a kill here. Nice, dude.
Again, snap straight to target. No over aim, no under aim. Identical left and right pattern as every other kill.
Got a Sakura kill here. Nice, dude.
Again, snap straight to target, no over aim, no under aim. Identical left and right pattern, left and right, left and right, left and right. And tracks them in the air, man. That's the sus part. Tracks them. Bam. Straight in the air as they're moving. Snap straight to them. And blazes them up.
I'll get you.
That's aimbot, man. I mean, to any rational, sane person, it's aimbot. It's highly likely to be aimbot. And the people who are going to deny it are cheaters or very in denial on the copium.
Nice, dude.
Again, I say, why can't you keep your aim straight? Like,
Kill here. Nice, dude.
it's like snapping to different parts of the body. I mean, who makes these kinds of micro adjustments in mid shooting? It's easier to control the gun than it would be to move your aim around the body. This is what is unnatural about it. It's harder to move your aim all around the player model with counteracting the recoil of the weapon, and then you're moving it all around the player model while you're moving and keeping track of the opponent as they're moving around, tracking them in perfect synchronicity to their movements. No, man, that's fucking aimbot, innit?
Dude.
See how it just goes down to his
Kill
kneecap?
here.
Right, bang, straight onto target. Keeps with the track. Again, these weird little micro adjustments. Dot, left, right, straight down to the kneecap. I mean, back to the left, to the top. Bang, straight on target. No over aim, no under aim. What is that weird movement? You see that? It's snapping to specific points on the body in mid firing. Right, so he snaps to straight on. Like, what is this motion here? It's following around the outside, snaps like the ankle, comes back up again, like goes back over to the right to the very edge of like the sword or whatever, and then comes back up to the head again. And it's like these motions would seem like it would be a lot harder to do and keep track of the player than just trying to keep your aim steady and track the player. I mean, I'm pretty sure he got a hit there, and his crosshair wasn't even on the target. Did he not shoot there and get the hit? Was it a bit of lag from the previous bullet? But here we go. Bang, snap straight to target. No over aim, no under aim. Completely follows and tracks them in the air. Barely goes outside of the player model. And bang, they're dead. I mean, it looks like aimbot, man.
Nice, dude. That's how I did it, dude.
Again, snap straight to target. No over aim, no under aim.
Oh, that's how I did it, dude.
The only over aim there is because he like hit the rock and it jerked his aim off position.
Oh, that's how I did it, dude. Oh, he's stuck. Star.
Come on, man. That's aimbot. I mean, that's straight up aimbot, man. Like, you don't shoot rocks, mate, like that. Not like that, man. Right? And he snaps. Like, it follows him behind the rock and he shoots. That's sus, man. Again, he hits on the model. It's literally on the absolute edge of the model, but it's still in the model. It still snaps straight to target. No over aim, no under aim. You know, it's what I think they call hit scan aimbot, right? Don't be confused with hit scan weapons. Now, everybody knows hit scan weapons are not projectile based. You hit where you aim, basically, and there's no travel time of the bullets. Hit scan aimbot is when it rotates around different positions on the player model. Like I'll go kneecap, elbow, ankle, elbow, head, neck, stomach. You know, it'll snap around to different positions on the body. That's a hit scan aimbot.
At all of them? We're good, we're good, we're good.
You know, you'd want your aimbot really to, when you snap to a player, maybe snap to the very absolute edge of the player model. You know what I mean? That way people go, yeah, but he doesn't aim center. He aims to the edge. You know, if you can get an aimbot programmed to only ever snap to like the edge of a player model, but vary it a little bit, maybe sometimes a bit central, but every now and again, you know, get those one where it just snaps to the very absolute edge of the player model. You know, that way it looks a bit more legit, innit? Again, I'd argue he snaps the target. Right, the player right there. Snaps straight to where the target was. He starts shooting, but obviously the other player's in the way. But he still tracks them, even though the person's there. Still hits them. And then it snaps to another player. That's very interesting. So he tries to snap to the player there. And instead of tracking that player there, it for some reason it snaps back to the other player. Again, that same sort of left and right, sweepy left and right motion. Tracking in the air. Perfect tracking in the air there. See, I'd argue that because they're moving so fast in the air, that the aimbot probably couldn't keep up. It probably snapped to their position, but where they were in it.
Yeah, I hit him. He's dead. Yeah, I hit him. He's dead.
You see how it automatically follows where they've gone. It shoots to where they were. They've moved in that same space, and it's already instantly tracked their position. No, man.
Cracked him. Yeah, I hit him.
Right? Snaps to them, but they've already moved, and it already immediately tracks to where they are. I mean, it's so small and obscure, right? It'd be hard to track that. But even if you could see it, the reaction speed at which it tracks is not human, man. Okay, next video is from 4 months ago, playing ranked like it's pubs in Apex Legends. So this is ranked. This is why I picked this video, because it's his most recent ranked footage and not a tutorial or something like that. So we'll watch some of this.
I'm gonna stay here for now.
Yeah, this one. Crack that one.
They're swinging our left.
That's aimbot, man. Like the dude's mid-reload.
Crack that one.
Guy's reloading from reload, right? From reload. Bang! Instant snap to a target that you can barely see in the distance. Snap straight to them. No over aim, no under aim. I mean, textbook aimbot, right? Not even trying to hide it. No way, man. No way. No way. Nah. Nah, that's aimbot, man. Can't convince me it's not aimbot. That from reload.
Pretty wild.
Like it's so hard to see those targets, right? It's so hard to see these targets. And he's shooting his target. They're so small in the distance. They're so small. Yeah, I know you can see them. I know he knows that they're there. Even with a good monitor, like, they're still really small. I'm not saying that you can't aim towards them. I'm not saying that you can't see them. I'm not saying it's not impossible to flick them. But it's going to be incredibly difficult to snap to a target so small instantly from your reload animation and snap to them perfectly with no over aim, no under aim. No way. No way. No way, man. That's straight up aimbot, man. There's no denying it. The chances of that being legit are so small. They're so astronomically small.
They're swinging our left.
He finishes the reload. Bang. Straight to target. No over aim, no under aim. No way, man. No way.
Solo's hiding as well. On the roof one? Solo's hiding.
Again, these look like potentially snaps to players, right?
There's a lot of Solo's hiding.
I think that might be a snap to a player. Right, it goes back up there. I think that might be a snap to another player. That's climbing up the wall maybe, then snaps back to that player there.
The roof one?
Randomly starts shooting a another person to the right. Snap, snap, snap. So he snaps up there, then immediately
On the roof one?
tracks and like it's either the same person who's like dashed or moved, or it's another player that's shown up and the aimbot's got confused and tracked the other person, but it's probably the same person that they've moved. To be able to track a moving target that small in the distance that you can barely see and instantly track with instant reaction is not humanly possible.
One?
They queued up on top of the roof.
Yeah.
I mean, that looks weird in itself, and
They queued up on top of the roof.
is he tracking somebody that's like jumped in the air and then like they've jumped up and then they've fallen down and he's literally tracking them in like an arc? That's what it looks like, potentially. It could be, right?
Any second.
They queued up on top of the roof.
Yeah.
It seems a weird way to aim in an arc like that. Like, I don't think people typically aim like that. I mean, I could be wrong, right? You could just be aiming that way. But it could. I mean, you see a lot of people are jumping around and jumping down and doing all these kind of things. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that he's tracking a player through the air as they're dropping down. He's literally immediately shooting another player who is in fact dropping down immediately after that motion.
They queued up on top of the roof.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know how you can track that, like, reaction to their motion like that.
On the left, on the left.
Nah, come on, mate. What? Like, is he snapping to somebody that's behind there, and then and that immediate snap left there? It's just a flick.
Right, sorry, my right. If you can watch that with your wall.
Did he snap to them then? Does he snap to them behind the wall? Is that a snap?
I haven't got.
I think that's a snap.
I haven't got.
I think he snaps to them. I think he's used his aimbot. He snapped to them. He knows where they are behind that corner. Just behind this ridge, right? I think this goes round a little bit and goes up like a ramp. And I think they're just in this little alcove behind the rock.
If you can watch that with your wall.
And they jumped up. I mean, it looks exactly like where they are.
Yeah.
I think that's aim snap. He snaps to them through the wall. And then he pulls it away to try and pre-fire that they're going to come from this angle. But they actually go above. And then he like glides up to him. Yeah, I'd say that's aim snap.
I haven't got.
Right there, I think that initial snap right there is the aim snap to where they are, and then he just moves it to pre-fire where they're going to come from, or likely where they're going to come from. And then I think that's aimbot again.
Alright, nice.
Is he aimbot into the same location? Is he checking that they're there again? Using the aimbot just to check they're in the same location? Because it does seem like they're in the same location, right? I think he snapped to them just to make sure that he was still in the same spot, right?
Yeah, that red team's gonna move.
Come on, man.
Yeah, that.
Again, lock straight to target, no over aim, no under aim.
That red team's gonna move.
Correct, Pathfinder.
Yeah, that.
Bang. Straight to target, no over aim, no under aim. Snap straight to target, no over aim, no under aim. I mean, I don't know how many of these instances of snapping directly to target with no over aim or under aim you need to see to be convinced that this guy's using an aimbot. I mean, this is arguably like some silent aim going on here, because he's not on the target, but he gets the hit. Either he's got silent aim, or the other player's lagging, and he's hit where they were, and the aimbot's locked onto where they were, and got some hit damage there. But again, even though he's not snapped to the target, the game thinks he's snapped to the target with no over aim or under aim.
Nice.
If it wasn't for that tree branch getting in his way, that'd have been like perfect lock on. Like that tree branch messed up the aim lock, so it's hard to say for certainty, but he was clearly locked on to target until this tree branch here knocked him off of his lock on. But again, the tracking it's not that easy to do, man. Like, the instantly turning around, immediately snapping, stays within the pocket. Like I said with the finals, his aim always stays within a pocket of the enemy. He never goes too drastically outside the player model itself. Yeah, there's the odd discrepancy here and there, but he's locked at them like glue, man. Again, snaps the target, no over aim, no under aim, while they're in motion.
Dude, this
In the same sort of erratic, sort of left and right motion, keeping in perfect sort of sync with the player movement. Oh, but he misses shots. It can't be an aimbot. He misses shots. They're programmed to miss shots to look legit. Like, you see how it follows the player movement? Do you think it's likely like a human can react in that speed? As soon as they move, it's like immediately like the frame after, they've already reacted to their movement. I'd argue it would take at least a few frames of animation before a human eye, before your brain registered that the person has moved.
somewhere.
To track that movement like that. They jumped. And immediately within the next frame, they've already corrected their aim to the motion of player. I don't think a human could react to that in that length of time. I think it would require a few more frames of animation for it to go to the brain and then be executed, the reaction executed by the brain. I mean, you can argue that he's playing at high FPS, right, and he's seeing more frames. That's an argument. I'll give that as an argument, but still very, very, very fast reaction to the reaction of the player itself. Again, slot straight to target, no over aim, no under aim. Again, how many of these instant snap to target, no over aim, no under aim do you need to see? With the same left, right, 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 left, right movement every single time following him. It's like, it's not human, mate. It's instantly reacting to the player's motion. That's why it goes left and right, where they're moving around left and right. The aimbot's going left and right, left and right, left and right, left and right. Human player will keep their aim steadier than that.
Oh, we're dead anyway.
Look at this.
Oh, we're dead anyway.
Again, bang. Like, he hit them even though they moved. They're just...
Oh, we're dead anyway.
He's fired, he's hit them, so it was a lock on. He still snapped to them and hit them with no over aim, no under aim. It's because they're like sliding across out of sight is the reason why it looks like he's like over aiming. And then immediately tracking the motion like...
Oh, we're dead anyway.
Almost perfect synchronous actions with player motion doesn't look human. Again, that looks like aimbot again. It's a flick. So he aims there, that's his natural position, and then it just goes snap to target. Snap to target. It's a flick. It's a flick, guys. It's a flick. It's a flick with like no over aim, no under aim on a very short amount of distance. Like no one's like so good at flicking that they can flick to every conceivable position on their monitor with perfect accuracy consistently. Go back and watch the video of Shroud, greatest FPS shooters in the whole world, and the guy can't fucking shoot targets that are right next to each other.
I mean, I think it's just something to, like, get you warm. That's all. Listen, I ain't no tens, okay? Dude, you know what's so hard here? The vertical.
Aiming up is hard, guys. I can't shoot because aiming up is just too hard. I'm a seasoned professional esports player and I can't aim up, guys. It's too hard. I mean, did he move it and then stop and then re-engage the aimbot? Is that what happened? So he shoots, he starts shooting, he moves it to there, and then snaps to the player, moves. So it's even less. It's like two micro adjustments, a little tiny one, then another one. I think the first one is probably legit, or he turns his aimbot on right, and then as it's traveling towards the aimbot, he stops it, and then turns it on again. So it's like starts it, stops it, starts it, basically. I think that's what he does. I think that's how he's just like doing like toggling it on and off in mid aim in order to make it look a little bit more legit. I think that's what he's doing. Bang, straight to target, no over aim, no under aim. Tracking that target left and right with the movement, same pattern every single time. Again with the same sort of left and right motion. Was that is that snap to target, no over aim, no under aim? Like you say, but he missed. Like he started shooting before the snap had finished going to its location, so he shot along the way. It's not that he shot at the location. Is that a player over there? Did he snap to a player?
Thing on us.
Right, because that right there looks like a straight snap to potentially a location, to a player's location. Can't see if there's a player there, but it looks a bit snappy.
Where are you shooting?
Looks like he might have aimed snap there. Again, it's like he started shooting. It's like he started shooting before he foot pedaled, in it. He started shooting but hadn't foot pedaled yet. So he starts shooting, then he foot pedals, immediately tracking all the way down. All these shots look sus, mate. They all look sus. So here, he aims forward and then engages his aimbot afterwards and snaps immediately. One frame in, straight to target and blasts him. Normally, I think he'd foot pedal before he ADSs, so he goes straight to the target. Like that time he aimed and then triggers the aimbot. I think he varies how he engages aimbot, again, to probably try and make it look different. Each time he's trying to throw in a bit of a human element to how he uses his aimbot to make it look a bit more legit. But I think we've seen enough instant snap to play a model, no over aim, no under aim, to already convince that he already has an aimbot. To this point, this is all supplementary. I haven't even gotten to the point that proves that he's a cheater, at least to me. That's aimbot, right? Surely. It's this suspicious shot there. Instant bang, snap to bang, all in one motion. That's a bit sus.
There's a dude right here. Not it.
Snap straight to target, no over aim, no under aim. Same jerky motion as he tries to track players.
Is Ash underrated?
No, you're just using the aimbot, mate. Yeah, and it's like, that's like his natural aim. Then he foot pedals, snaps to the target, shoots them, and tracks them all the way down perfectly. It's like the insane tracking. Like it's following the player model perfectly. Like you can barely even see the target. He's just holding down the button and it's literally tracking left and right jerkiness as it follows player movements. It's like you can barely even see that shit to track so accurately.
It's nuts.
Straight onto target. It's only because he bounced up right that it looked like he didn't snap the target. But now he snaps straight to them. And it's just literally fucking tracking him. Is that straight on the player model? No over aim, no under aim? Yeah, and snap straight to target, start shooting. I mean, he can't really even see them. It shows playing high resolution, you might be able to see more, but you really can't see what the fuck he's looking at. Right, perfect tracking of the player motion.
It's a solo, bro.
And the same left and right movement there. I mean, it's basically tracking his movements through that tree line, even though you can barely even see the dude, which way he's running yet. Somehow stays perfectly locked which direction he's going. He knows where he's going, right, left, left, right, right, left. I don't know how you can really keep track of him like that when you can barely even see him, and you've got the grass and the tree like obfuscating his position, and how you're keeping the tracking of him so well. Again, it's like, dude, snaps straight onto this target here, then it kills him and immediately snaps to the next player. That's straight up aimbot, man. There's no way. So he snaps to the dude, right? Snaps to the dude, knocks him down, and immediately snaps to the next nearest available enemy that you can't even see. Goes bang straight to the other player that's directly below him. They sweep to the left, so they were there. And if we go back, and he snaps straight to the location of where they were, and then they sweep across. He already pulled off when he felt the pull to another player. He already pulled his foot off the foot pedal, and that's why he doesn't follow the player as they slide to the left. But after he killed him, he immediately snapped to the next available target. That's cut and dry, man. It's aimbot. We still haven't got to the part that I believe proves that he's a cheater yet. So is this the player here dropping down? Or is that the player climbing up? It makes no difference because he still couldn't see them, so he wouldn't know it. He knows that this thing here is obstructing his view, so he knows there's not gonna be anybody there. Like he's snapping directly to where they are, and he's taking his foot off the foot pedal after he feels the pull of the aimbot, pulls his foot pedal up so it doesn't follow the player any longer, and then re-engages the aimbot when he sees them again. Okay, and so you've seen quite a few clips there in which what look like he's using an aimbot. I'd say some of them are pretty concrete signs of using an aimbot. Now, I've played Apex. I played about maybe 60 hours or so of Apex, and I know from experience you can't even play normals, and when you get killed, it's almost certainly by somebody with a blatant aimbot. When you go to the dev cam, you see they have a blatant aimbot. It's like PUBG. I mean, I played 2 games of PUBG recently. I saw the news that they've been banning people. I thought I'd download it. Let's see if PUBG's changed. Played 2 games. Got aimbotted in both games back to back. What up? I hear
Oh
footsteps
yeah, I
running.
see him on the road. He's on the road. He's on the road. He's coming towards you.
Oh, shh. I don't know if he knows where I am, so...
Fucking lag. Right, one down. One's in the road as well. Oh, he's there. Right in fucking hell. He's jumping round corner. Fucking blasting me up. He's fucking killed me and all. Had some right lag as well then when he fucking jumped. Watch out, he's on the right. Yeah, he's outside where my body's more or less, yeah. To the left, yeah, that sort of way.
Is he? I think he's aiming. I think that's aimbot,
Yeah.
mate.
Well, the interesting thing is, as soon as I aimed to start shooting his person, I got complete fucking lag out. But I did get him. And then that guy, he went jumping around the corner, jumping and blasted me at that same time. And I'm checking my FPS count now, and it just says 120. I don't understand why I got
Watching
that.
the def cam. He's looking at me through
Oh
the wall.
shit, yeah, forgot about that.
Oh yeah, aimbot. He aimbotted me. Aimbot. Where you around you going? You going to? You heading towards those
I'm
buildings?
just gonna hunker to that, yeah. Just a bit open here.
Yeah, man.
Obviously, the zone might fucking shrink another way because we practically walked across the zone. Fucking 33 people alive and all.
Oh, I see a dude.
Yeah.
Hit him once.
Uh, over there.
I've been
Oh,
fired at by somebody else.
oh, is that those shots
I've been
up
knocked.
there? Yeah.
I don't know if the dude just stood there. I hit him 3 times, man. I don't know if somebody else is shooting at me. If it was him. If it's him, he's totally cheating.
Someone's in a car coming your way. For fuck's sake. Yeah, I'm dead. And that is PUBG.
Look at my def cam here. I hit that guy like 3 times, man. Can I not see the def? Is it not? Am I not seeing the def cam?
You have to like click some after, don't you?
Oh, it is the guy. The guy that I was hitting is the guy that shot me. He's got his health. He's regenerating his health. Aimbot. Yeah, he aimbotted me, man. And it's exactly the same in Apex. You get killed, it's an aimbotter every time, and they're not even hiding that it's an aimbot most of the time. It's just full of cheaters. So to get as high rank as the gaming merchant, I don't think you can get to those ranks without cheating. There's only cheaters in those ranks. You might get the absolute exception, god tier, legitimate player that's exception to the rule. For the most part, you only get in those ranks if you're cheating. I'm pretty convinced of that for every game. You only get to the higher ranks if you're actually cheating. It's just cheaters in high rank. Now, I believe that this next portion of video is what I believe to be the nail on the head for the gaming merchant. And this is him addressing people saying that he cheats. And this is his address to the people who are bringing accusations to him.
All of the clips I've just shown you, a lot of people have been calling me out for them, saying I'm cheating, and I think that's hilarious. I don't think my aim
Not really. I mean, you're defrauding people of money if you are cheating. It's a pretty serious claim. I don't think you should be finding it hilarious. Again, this is akin to cheaters always take accusations as compliments. Finds it hilarious. Finds it funny. It's amusing that he gets called a hacker. That's probably because he is a hacker. Like I've said before, people who are legit with their skill, they care about their skill. They care about the integrity of the game. They care about the perception of that skill to other people. They care about the integrity of themselves, the integrity of their ability, the integrity of the game, and therefore they care about the perception of that integrity. So they're not going to take kindly or take being called a hacker or a cheater as an amusing thing or as a compliment.
is really that good enough to call me a cheater, right? You know, there's some crack players out there that have really good aim. But what I'm doing here is just flicking to opponents to try and get more damage and really trying to get the 4K damage badge. And I've got teammates trying to do damage on these players too, so
Why is this relevant to your claims about being an aimbot? I mean, you're always going for damage. Whenever you are killing a person in any game, you are going for damage. Like, the fact that he's got a quest or a challenge to do is largely irrelevant. This is a red herring. This has no relevance to the accusations themselves.
I'm really trying to get the 4K good aim. It's really that good enough to call me a cheater, right? You know, there's some crack players out there that have really good aim. But what I'm doing here is just flicking to opponents to try and get more damage and really. And I think that's hilarious. I don't think my aim is really that good enough to call me a cheater, right? You know.
He's saying that as he's showing his aim to be pretty bob on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've shown the clips of him snapping to targets, no over aim, no under aim, perfect snaps onto players, some who are in the distance and can barely be seen. That is very good aim. That's extraordinary aim, in fact. So he's being disingenuous when he says that in one of two ways. Either he's just straight up lying, or he's telling you the truth that his aim is just okay, because without an aimbot, his aim is just okay. It's alright, it's not that good. That is the truth. But he's presenting his aimbot as his actual skill to you, the audience. He's presenting that as his actual skill. He's either lying with his footage, which if he's cheating, that's a given, and then telling you the truth that his aim's not really that good, when his gameplay footage that he presents to you would beg to differ. So this entire statement is disingenuous, even if in that instance where he says his aim's not that good might actually be the truth. He's probably telling the truth there. His aim isn't that good. That's why he uses an aimbot, right? So he's being very deceptive in what he's saying here.
No, there's some crack players out there that have really good aim. But
You've got really good aim. You've shown it. You've shown multiple times that you've got really good aim. So this is a completely disingenuous statement that he's making when he's showing you in front of your eyes as he's saying it that he's got really good aim.
what I'm doing here is just flicking to opponents to try and get more.
As he knocks them down. I mean, why has he cropped the image here? Oh dear. Why has he cropped the image on all of
I
these?
think that's hilarious. I don't
Because it says knocked down, right? It's
think
knocked
my
down. I don't
aim's
know
really
why
that
this is
good enough to
cropped.
call
I don't know why he's cropped the
me a
images
cheater,
here.
right? You know, there's some crack players out there that have really good aim. But what I'm doing here is just flicking to opponents to try and get more damage and really trying to opponents to try and get more damage and really trying to get the 4K damage back.
See, that's a bit
What I'm
strange though,
doing
isn't
here is
it?
just flicking to opponents to try and get more damage and really trying to get
It's like, is there another player there? Or is that just...
the 4K damage badge. And
I think he's trying to put that in there on purpose to get people like me to go, look, he's snapping to a person behind the stairs. But I think he did that on purpose to probably try and throw people off. And I'm starting to think that he doesn't use the colorblind filter cheat either. I think he just uses standard, regular, good old-fashioned aimbot. And I think maybe he switched to colorblind to essentially get people to accuse him of cheating, potentially, but not the actual cheat he's using, so that it could be potentially disproven or be laughed at or something like that. Potentially. That is, he's misleading people.
I've I've got team
I mean, he already is misleading people, right? He's already had a statement already that he's misleading people. And then he's got this other excuse built in on top of it where he's talking about, oh, I'm just trying to do this quest to get the damage. That's why I'm flicking to other targets really quickly because I'm trying to get the damage before my other partners scuffle up the damage for themselves. Pretty lame. I'm pretty sure he'd do exactly the same thing whether he was doing the challenge or not. I think that makes a difference.
teammates trying to do damage on these players too. So a good example is when I
Doesn't look like there's anybody there at the time when he was flicking between those particular targets that he needed to do that.
a damage badge, and I've got teammates trying to do damage on these players too. So a good example is when I flick to that down player. I was assuming that my teammates trying to do damage on these players too. So a good example is when I flick to that down player. I was assuming that
Or it could just be aimbot failed, innit?
my two teammates were going to come in and absolutely obliterate the Watson. So I flicked to the down player to try and get just a little bit more damage. Now remember, this is what a
But that could just be a bullshit excuse, innit? You know what I mean? There's no legitimacy on this.
Now remember, this is what a real aimbot looks like. What the? This is insane.
This is not an aimbot. Like, we've already seen, he's already accused somebody of cheating in the original video that I did of the gaming merchant. He accused somebody of cheating. We're still using an aimbot. So he knows what an aimbot looks like. Now you could argue that, oh, but that's a recent video and, you know, he probably didn't know what an aimbot looked like. Like, most people get the idea of what an aimbot is. You know, it's in the name. It's something that aims for you. Automates your aiming like an automaton, a bot, a robot, an aim bot, right? So it's something that controls your aim to aim onto other players and aim for you. It automates your aiming. It's an aimbot, right? Most people are familiar with what an aimbot is. This is not an aimbot. This is silent aim. And while it may have aim in the name, it's not something that automates your aiming. It essentially is magnetic bullets. It makes your bullets go to the target regardless of where you're aiming. In fact, you don't have to aim at all. That's what silent aim is. So he's showing you something that is an aimbot that is aimbot. And I think that this proves without a shadow of doubt in my mind that the gaming merchant is cheating. That you can say there's a percentage chance that he's just being naive and he didn't know it wasn't an aimbot. He thought it was an aimbot, but it really is silent aim and he didn't know. I can understand that people don't know what silent aim might be, but everybody knows what an aimbot is. So he is using this to misrepresent what an aimbot looks like to his audience, so his audience doesn't know what to look for. Because if he shows evidence of what an aimbot actually looks like, people might start going, funny game merchant, some of your snaps look like aimbot. Because if he wanted to get an example of an aimbot, right, he could have just gone into YouTube, right? What does an aimbot look like? What an aimbot looks the same video basically. What an aimbot looks like, hacker's perspective. There you go. That's a pretty aggressive aimbot. But yeah, that's an aimbot. Snap straight to the target, straight to the head, completely follows them around and tracks them. This is turned up to the max. Like the gaming merchant, he isn't playing with an aimbot this aggressive. This is full turned up to 11 settings. Oh, but it can't be an aimbot. He missed shots. Even with an aggressive aimbot, still missed shots. Right, but then what does an aimbot look like in Apex Legends? 40 minutes of hacking using aimbot wall hack in Apex Legends. Because you could have just searched for what does an aimbot look like in Apex Legends and then got a clip of what an aimbot looks like. Again, this is a very aggressive aimbot that's being used here.
You're actually such a fucking beta male. It's ridiculous. You are such a beta male, bro. Oh my god! Ooh, hi. Ooh, hi.
Again, look how quick the aimbot reacts to their motions, and how many times have we seen the gaming merchant react instantly with a player's motions when they're like jumping in the air. Right, I just want to come back. Right, I just want to come back to this clip. I want to compare it to one of gaming merchants, and as he follows that person through the air, and this is an aimbot. That is an actual aimbot. That clip right there, right? The way it tracks isn't really that much different. In fact, you could argue that the tracking is more aggressive Like then in this clip, right? It starts tracking perfectly, but then it stops for some reason. I think it's because they die. Is that what happens? I think they got knocked by somebody else, maybe. And it stopped the aimbot from tracking. Maybe. But the point is, the way that they're tracking through the air there, like, this is an aimbot, and it's behaving worse than the gaming merchant. I mean, I think that's pretty convincing comparison, really. I mean, the aimbot looks worse at tracking than the gaming merchant. I mean, I think it's because the player got knocked in the air, but if they hadn't have gone down or whatever interrupted the aimbot, it would have tracked it as perfectly as the gaming merchant tracked this target here. Right, but we don't really need to see any more than this. The gaming merchant here, when he tells you that this is an aimbot, it's like it's not silent aim.
Silent aim is an aimbot where you don't need to actually aim at the enemy. I know it's really weird to look at, and basically what it does is that it aims for you, but you don't have to aim at the enemy. So basically you can shoot at the sky and still hit the enemy for some reason. This, however, doesn't look the same from the spectator's point of view. Instead, the crosshair just snaps instantly to the enemy, then back to where the crosshair is for the cheater. What you're watching right now isn't exactly a good representation.
It looked like the gaming merchant hit players even though he wasn't on them. And while it could be lag of the other player, it could be because he's also got slightly silent aim to his aimbot as well. So he refers to the silent aim as an aimbot, but I'd argue that silent aim is not the typical aimbot in which he's being accused of. No one was accusing the gaming merchant of using silent aim, which is a very specific type of aimbot. When people say aimbot, they're talking about the typical snap into target aimbot. And he's basically misrepresenting what an aimbot is to his audience. And I think that's the icing on the cake, with all of the clips of all of the sus plays all added up together, and then you've got the fact that he's making up excuses about why he's flicking to different targets to get damage, telling you his aim's not very good, even though he's showing you clips of his aim being very good, and all of the clips that I've shown you of his aim being extremely good, right? But that's not true what he's saying. He's just lying, but he's misrepresenting what an aimbot looks like, and that's the icing on the cake. To me, that proves that he's a cheater, because there's no way you don't know what an aimbot is, bro. You know, like, everybody knows what an aimbot is. This guy's taken an absolutely specific aimbot that is extremely extreme variation of an aimbot. People can tell that you don't do that. Do you know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous to even think for a second that you'd use that as a way of combating the people who say you're using an aimbot by showing something that you clearly aren't doing. Not to that degree. It's just a complete misrepresentation, an outright lie. I don't think there's any excuse for it. There's no, oh, he just doesn't know what an aimbot is. I don't think that excuse flies, man. It doesn't fly. It really doesn't work. You can say there's a small percentage chance that somebody who's really good at games, who is high ranked in Apex, doesn't know what an aimbot typically looks like. And when people are making the accusation, know that they're referring to that typical type of aimbot, yet he will, in his defense, show an absolute misrepresented extreme variation of an aimbot that he clearly doesn't do in order to throw people off who don't know anything about aimbots or silent aim. If he shows examples of actual aimbot, right, they might be convinced to say, that does look awfully familiar to some of the plays I've seen the gaming merchant make. He doesn't want you to think that, so he's shown an extreme example of something he clearly doesn't do in order to mislead people, and I think that's what proves he's a cheater ultimately. In combination with all of the clips that I've shown, with all of the arguments that I've made previously about him, and this video in which he tries to defend himself, which I think badly, he incriminates himself, if anything. I think altogether this video, this little clip at the end there, is the icing on the cake that seals the deal that the gaming merchant is a cheater, in my opinion. Like, you can say that there's a small percentage chance that he might be legit. Fine, if you want to puff the copium, go ahead. But I think it's without a shadow of a doubt, it's almost certain this guy is an absolute cheater, and none of you will be able to refute what I'm saying. And I know that somebody made a comment last time. Let's see if I can find this comment. Here we go. This is the comment here. It's from Zibdi, who I've done a video on previously. He's a cheater. And he goes, by the way, the issue with your logic is it's very manipulative. Now, manipulative means you are changing or altering things. Logic can't really be manipulative. It's like, if you open a door, the door opens. That's like logic. You can't manipulate with logic. It's either logical or it's not logical. You can't manipulate logic. So this is a manipulative statement that he's making here. You put yourself in a position where it's impossible to prove you wrong. It's called having a strong argument, and people like Zibdi here are going to make out that I'm being manipulative or deceitful because I've positioned my argument into a position where I can't be proven wrong. In other words, I have a strong argument. Like, it's fucking, like, what are you talking about? That's the whole purpose of having an argument, is for it to be strong and for it to be undefeatable. If your argument becomes undefeatable, it's probably because your argument's true. The truth can't be defeated. The truth is reality. You can't defeat reality. It is what it is. So if your argument is the truth, it will not be beaten. So if you've got a strong argument and no one can prove you wrong, then it's highly likely that you are correct, that is true. Now, there's always a chance that somebody might have a revelation at a later date and prove you wrong, but that's the whole point of, debate, right? Sometimes, new information comes out in the future that proves people wrong. That happens in science all the time. In fact, science is essentially the history of people getting things wrong. So I think that pretty much covers it. I'm pretty certain that the gaming merchant here, he is a cheater. I don't think anyone's going to be able to refute the evidence or the logic behind what I'm saying. I don't think I've left anything out. I know this has been a bit of a long video, so yeah, GG guys, laters. Have a good day, man.